I'm John Russo. I'm the owner and lead artist of Hydra Tattoo Collective. And I do tattoos for a living since 2009. I hire people, I train people. I like to work with people. I'm just trying to find people that are similar to me, I guess, in a way. I like to draw a lot and do weird stuff. My first love was comic books, but I didn't enjoy drawing comic books. I liked the idea of it, maybe, and drawing the characters, but I didn't actually like drawing the comics. So I found myself in a situation where I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. Tattooing started to pick up more and you'd hear more about it, and I started to realize that the job changed a lot each day, and that was something that I didn't like about comics. I felt like it was repetitive. As an artist, I feel like I've always tried to better myself all the time. I see the same thing with tattooing. I sometimes try other art forms out, or I start studying other things like photography or movies to see how things are handled differently, different lighting and coloring. And then having apprentices, it's like always having this new, fresh ideas in the room and talking about new ideas. I like that. I like trying new things out. And not very many jobs allow you to do that, especially with different people. So even if you have to do the same tattoo, it's different with each client. It's fun getting to know people too, hearing their stories, why they get the tattoos. I mean, it's like everything else. You might walk into your job and not want to hear anybody and put your headphones on. And in those days, I just play my music and just joke around, and that's it. And then with other clients, you become more friendly with, and you might talk with them the whole time. It could be hours or multiple sessions, and you get to know each other. And that's really nice too. It's rewarding. And those people usually go on to talk well about you and get you more work. Yeah, well, sometimes their tattoo may leave them vulnerable. Some tattoos are obvious of what they are, and it could be a hurtful situation. So people do rely on you. They feel open to talking to you about stuff. So it can be hard too, because there's an extra weight added to the fact that you don't want to screw up a tattoo. But that also helps sometimes if when you're working with them, you understand what they're going through. And everybody gets tattoos for their own reasons. Sometimes it's to make themselves feel better too, which is really cool. You see people go from being a shy person to being quite confident when they get certain tattoos or more tattoos. But I've seen it happen over and over, and that's a really nice feeling, because I know that I affected them that way, even though I didn't maybe know that at the time. Yeah, so I primarily work by appointment, so I've pre-drawn the image before they come in, or I get it to a state where, because I use an iPad most of the time now, I will do things on different layers so I can assemble the elements a little bit in front of the client if we want to tweak it or change it. It depends where on the body it's going to be. But anyways, once we agree on an image that the client likes, then I usually print out a few different sizes or to the size that they're looking for. And then we put on a stencil and see what that looks like. It takes 5 minutes to dry, so that gives us time to analyze if it's a good spot or not. Larger pieces you might have to book multiple appointments for, or as a walk-in, somebody comes in and tells us their idea, or pick something that we've previously drawn, and then we just put the stencil on wherever they want and start right away. Young inspiring artists, I would say, first thing, gather as much knowledge as possible. So going to school is a really good idea. It helps you meet deadlines and explore different types of art, which is fun. I've always enjoyed learning new mediums. From there, because of YouTube, you can YouTube a lot of questions. So you can take some health courses and things like that online, but other than that, you can YouTube tattooing, line work, and shading and coloring. There's a lot of great stuff out there nowadays. So before you actually step into a tattoo shop, you can learn a lot of the basics instead of going in blindly. And as an artist, I think you need to explore yourself. So you need a first few years of your life, maybe after high school or college, to like try to gather information and find out what kind of artist you really want to be, and then just do what you really love. If people like what you do, then they'll come to you. But it is rewarding and it's fun and it's exhilarating too. The first few that I did, I can remember my heart pounding, like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. and I don't want to screw up or something. And it was really exciting to learn, and it's fun to watch too. I like watching people tattoo. I find it's interesting. The thing about artists are generally people who stayed in their bedrooms and drew, or didn't have a lot of friends, or chose to be alone, or whatever. So to then become a business person to sell your artwork, it's one thing to do it online where you can hide behind a mask or a screen, but then to do it right in front of somebody, it's different. And the tricky part is sometimes people are aware that you're trying to make money and sell something in a way, so they might challenge you in that way.